Well, I don't want to speak for everybody, but I think it's safe to say that it was fun while it lasted, right? I think it's finally okay to say it. And I don't think we were fooled this season with the Montreal Canadiens. They really did play some excellent hockey in December and January, but it's time to call it like it is. This team is nowhere near good enough to be in the playoffs. A bunch of these guys aren't going to be here next season. This game, this season, it's time to call it what it is. It's another draft year, right? It's crazy that we're at this point going from such a high. It feels like it went by so fast, and we're actually at this point where we have to discuss the Canadiens getting like a top 10 pick at this. Like, it's crazy. It's hard to fathom in a sense because I know there's still only like 6 points out of a wild card. No, guys, they don't have it. It ain't happening. They're not making the playoffs. Let's just get that off our chests. If you want to still have faith, I got all the power to you. All the power to you, sincerely. I have long-term vision for this team. So let's talk about this game really quick. Number 34, Jake Allen, pitches a 34-save shutout in honor of his number. As Jake Allen, now that deal could be looking like maybe Montreal's third-round pick they acquired in the Jake Allen trade could convert to a second-round pick if he plays 40 games this season, which could happen. It's certainly more possible now that Markstrom is injured. So that would be that'd be something more positive in terms of trade chips for the Canadiens if they're able to turn that third-round pick for Jake Allen into a second-round pick. If that happens, if he plays 40 games, we'll see how that goes. But in this game, this is going to be a quick video, guys. Probably my quickest post-game in a while, and it's been a while since I've done one here, over a week at least. And, defensive lapses. Logan Mailloux in a perfect world would not be here, right? If it weren't for Caden Gooley not being here and being injured, he wouldn't be here. I thought he played pretty decent in this game, though. Defensively, overall, I thought he was good until the until the Luke Hughes goal, where Lane Hudson and Logan Mailloux, who it was cool to see them partner up again, they fumbled the puck back and forth. They were too cute with it, and they did not clear it out of the zone. It stayed deep, and then Montreal went down 4-0 on that Luke Hughes fourth goal. And I felt like New Jersey just capitalized on Montreal's mistakes tonight. Montreal outshot them 34-22. They had chances in this game. Josh Anderson had a breakaway opportunity. Owen Beck had a penalty shot at the end of this game. Almost an opportunity to salvage something positive from this game. Seeing Owen Beck's first NHL goal on a penalty shot would have been pretty cool with 17 seconds left in the game. That would have been something. But we didn't get that either. So, with that in mind, not a whole lot to talk about in this game. The reason I want to jump on here was because I missed you guys, number one, and I mean that, seriously. So for you guys that tune in after I lost like this, that's just another gut punch to come to the realization that playoffs, again, just were a fun idea for a while because we were in the mix and technically still are. But the writing's on the wall for this team. The Canadiens are going to be sellers one more time, and they're going to go into this trade deadline and try to maximize on their assets. Do they get a really good offer for Jake Evans? A lot of folks, I think, still would like to keep him. I am still kind of in that camp, I think, because I don't know what the better solution is for someone to come in and just fill in a role that Jake Evans has carved into the last 3 years very smoothly. Like he's come into this role and filled it as a defensive centerman who's able to put up a little bit of offense too when he can. He has his little hot streaks. But I don't know. Before we get into a ton of trade talk right now, I just think the writing's on the wall. There's going to be one more spring of pain for the Canadiens not making the playoffs. I expect them to get definitely a lot closer next year. Ivan Demidov is going to change things for this team, to say the least. He's going to be the best player on this team starting next season. Ivan Demidov is listed at number 1 on the top 50. This is actually his list right here. I actually happen to have it here. He's listed at number 1 on Craig Button's top 50 NHL affiliated prospects list. Number 1 on that list. Jacob Fowler coming in at 13. Not so bad either, by the way. He's going to come in and be a game changer too for the Canadiens. Not next season. I think he'll go to Laval next season, though. I do think Fowler will be in Laval next season. So in terms of this season, yes, I think it's clear. We know we're not near good enough at this point. We had a solid run, and the games are getting harder. The playoff race is going to get tighter here after the Four Nations Cup. We still got a game tomorrow against Tampa, I know. But this is it. This season, it's okay to just say at this point, at least for me as a fan, realistically looking at this roster, they don't have it, man. They don't have it. I don't know what got into them in December and January. They were just playing fantastic against really good teams. But right now, it's just not there. And Emil Heineman not being here and Caden Gooley doesn't help either. And other players that are going to be here next season that aren't here yet doesn't help either, because that's next season. So that's pretty much all I got, guys. That's it. I just want to jump on here and say that the writing's on the wall. It was fun while it lasted. We weren't fooled, but the fact is we were led to believe this team was a bit better than we thought they were a little sooner than later. Some disappointing performances from Patrick Laine maybe, and some others like Mike Matheson. I know some of you guys aren't a big fan of him. But I think it all comes down to the fact that this team was not destined to make it this year. They were supposed to take a step forward. They've done the best they could. They're still not done, but there's not that many games left, right? So let's just make of this what we can and hopefully get another draft pick that can actually help us going into next season. Well, going into the next several seasons, right? It's a bummer. I know. Trust me, I'm not having fun doing this, talking about this, but this is it. This season, playoffs, it's gone. It's gone. The opportunity was there and it's gone. I don't care what anybody says. That's not going to change. If you're still a believer, good for you, but that's where I'm at. All right, leave a comment down below. I'm sure they're not going to be all that positive after a game like this, but I miss you guys and I appreciate you. Hit like and subscribe. I miss you guys. Go Habs, go. Next season, I know I'm looking ahead, but it's really going to change. And that's because of one player, and his name is Ivan. See you guys soon.